How you doing out there? Lawrence Lane again. I know I'm not going to keep you long. I never do. I've learned a lot this past year. The interesting things is most of the year I was um, pretty much promoting and supporting politics or certain politicians and so on and so forth. That's a dirty game. More than that, I found that you don't know who to trust in that arena, that field. It boils down to it changes the whole your whole perspective of things when you're not working with a hidden agenda and you see so many others that are. It's discouraging. You're very discouraged, and you then you feel a certain kind of way. But it's your own fault because you allowed this entity, this system to distract you, so to speak. So I got an announcement to make. From this point on, I'm totally out of the political arena. I'm not going to support, criticize, or even give a comment on any political agenda. I've had it. More than that, I think it's an awakening because I'm truly concerned. I don't have a hidden agenda. And when you work around so many people that do, they assume that you do. And if you don't fit in their mold, then they take their supports, they'll flip, they'll turn. Or if you do support them, they think that you want something from them. So I'm going to be honest. I don't want anything from you. But this is what I do want. Our kids in our urban communities are so far behind in so many different areas that it's almost immeasurable. So my support is going for the kids. In math and science, we are last in so many different arenas. And that's a shame because that's what the future is coming to. And the gatekeepers that's supposed to be there, they're working for themselves. I've encountered some things that I has really blown my mind. And I'm too vocal and I'm too honest with so many different issues and different components that it interferes. People that I had high regards for and I totally respected, the wool has been pulled off. And I'm sitting back and I'm looking at the manipulation and different things that they do. And it's really disheartening. And I found that there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm not going to try. So my goal pretty much is going to be to support the kids in those areas that I can. I'm at an age now where I don't even want to deal with the stress. So I'm out of I don't even want to deal with politics no more because I really think that tell you the truth, I don't see many that really believe what they're saying. More or less is after they reach a certain pinnacle or goal, then anybody that does not go along with that goal or that vision, then they consider an enemy, which is really sad because we should be able to agree to disagree. I'm done. We got police forces, we got fire departments, we got all these different organizations, city councils, all of these individuals, they make up a community. They're needed. But there need to be a specific goal to work with some of the schools and some of the young people in this organization where it does not serve one individual or does not serve a political agenda. So I cannot effectively work in these areas and support any type of political arena that does not support the children or the community that it says. Now I'm not pointing to any direction. It's just an awakening. I just went into a lot of prayer and I really think that enough. I'm not doing enough for my young people is what it boils down to. And one of the things that I've always said, and one of the things that I continually say is this: you can accomplish anything that you choose to accomplish as long as you don't care who gets the credit. But everything that I've experienced this last year is about directing the credit, getting your friends in, and so on and so forth. So I need to separate that. And if that means disassociating myself with some organizations or associations with different people, then so be it. But I just don't like this political agenda. I don't like it. I think it hinders what I'm trying to do, and it limits me. Listen, our kids every day they're being destroyed. Well, we got the adults, the people that's in charge. The only thing that they're thinking about is how they can reach a certain goal or a certain height or gain power or open a door for their friends and families. But what they're doing is at the sacrifice of some of our babies. Look, they took just about every support and all of the systems that they had in the schools that would inspire vision out. Case in point, like we used to be able to go to school and learn metal, wood, shop, and different things like that. Those services are gone. That's what I would like to focus on. You want to know why the kids are demonstrating this behavior? You're not replacing it with anything that's constructive. There is different organizations out here, and this is what really bothers me. We got all these different organizations, and they work independently. What would it look like if we could all work collectively for the same goal? Why are we faced with the same challenges? And I'm talking basically in the urban community because that's where it's affecting us. If you make a certain income, you can afford to send your kids to private schools. But when you're dealing with the public schools, you can't. A lot of us are not positioned to do those things. But if you think the politicians truly care, think again. A lot of us don't even understand how our government works, but it affects everything that you do, from the dollar that you spend in the grocery store to the education your child receives to your lawn and your snow being serviced, whether your snow being removed in a community rather, and certain things that affect your safety. All of these things they work collectively, but we have different people that want to make it about them. So if I don't agree with a person, opposed to them taking it out just on a conversation, what they'll do little tricks to try to hurt me or to put me in notice. So I'm gonna take out of I'm just gonna pull back. Or they'll tell me different things, or they'll tell somebody else something else. I am so tired of this. The problem with our kids is the adults. That's the problem. The problem with our kids is the adults, every single solitary one of us. Because if we truly cared about our future, we would start right there with our kids. Anytime you have children that is bold enough to put a gun in their hand and actually shoot another child, that's an issue. That's where our focus should be because that's our future. And you can move out in the suburbs, but eventually the hood will meet the suburbs because at the end of the day, a child is still a child and they still are curious about other children. Look, I don't want to be combative with any organization or any one person. I want to see some progress, and I don't see it. And in order for me to truly serve, I have to make sure that I don't do it with harm or hinder anyone else's motivation, no matter what that motivation is. I'm going to let you be you. So from this point on, I want to work with what my goal has, well, what my goal started out to be, and that is to empower some of our youth through entrepreneurship, through STEM programs. These are the things that's going to make a difference. Listen, we got other countries that's pouring into their kids. The technology that's coming about is going to require visionaries, math, science. Our kids are not going into that. So within the next week or so, I will give a full understanding of everything that I'm talking about. I'm working with some different organizations and different people in different cities, from Cleveland, with different pastors, with different, oh my goodness, I got a long, strong list of networks. Oh my God, I am so blessed that God has provided these individuals to me. So we have a system that's going to operate like this. I've partnered with probably about 14 to 16 different networks and nonprofits where each one brings a select type of supports for our youth. We've been having meetings and they've agreed to work collectively to accomplish some of these goals. Everything from art to science, you name it, culinary, home repair. And this is the beautiful thing. Most of these programs, they're after school programs, but we do have some that's going to operate during the day. Also, we have set up a direct support to help prepare that individual if they choose to go into the workforce. This is something that I've always envisioned, and thank God he's made this possible. So I'm not going to be commenting on mayors, councilmen, or anything. I'm not going to endorse anyone anymore. But if that individual sees any positive, well, if they want to contribute to anything that we are doing, we welcome them. And naturally, we will acknowledge them at that time. But until something is put up, we shutting up. It makes no sense. I have finally realized that this political arena is it's not for me at all. I just can't lie that well. This is not against anyone. It's just that I'm tired of the lies. I'm sick of the backbiting. I'm sick of the fakeness. And I think what really hurts me is I don't know anybody that I could trust to be myself around where I won't be judged. So I'm going to just choose the people that have the same agendas and desires that I do. Now, there are some good people out here that still want to work, and they have been working with me undercover, and they don't desire to be acknowledged. And I won't. They've pretty much told me, they said, Larry, just keep this between us, and I will. But you will see them with us. God is good, and He's assembled a strong team with me. And not just in one area. I'm now in Garfield, Cleveland. I'm going to be supportive of different areas in Maple. He's expanded my territory, and I do thank him for that. But pretty much that's it. I'm not angry with anybody because at the end of the day, touch not my anointing, do my prophet no harm. Anything that's done in the dark shall be brought to light. I did not choose this path that I'm on. It was chosen for me. But somebody got to do something about our babies because this is alarming. Now, I want to start with possibly the third grade and work our way up. But I welcome anybody that wants to be a part of what we're doing. You will know through January of next year exactly everything that I'm talking about because you will be seeing a lot of information come out. So, with that being said, um, no longer will I respond to any political activity, whether it's Maple politics or Garfield politics. I'm done. That's it. It's all going to be about the kids, what we are doing, the programming that we have, and we're looking for partners. That way, I would not be obligated to anyone. Now, uh, I am part of Funk Not Fight today. I don't know what's going to happen with that because I'm not for sure that uh, the powers that be uh, is still looking at me the same way. No big deal. Uh, because at the end of the day, God will have his way. Hopefully, it's at that program there. I really would like to just expand on, and I got a lot of positive things that I can do. But it just seems to me this tick for tack stuff is it's immature and it has a clubhouse attitude. We also are working with the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts to bring different programs and different organizations like that. And also, we're going to be more focused on community supports. We're working with Hunger Network and a couple of other organizations. So listen, I thank all of you out there that have given me the phone call, sent me emails, and of course, I will keep a lot of this confidential. I won't blow you up, but I thank you for bringing certain things to my attention. I appreciate those things. Um, I think it's time that I zero in on what God has for me and stop being distracted by those things that really don't matter. Uh, Thank you, and stay tuned for different messages and different information that hopefully will support you and your loved ones. Have a good weekend.